Season 3 of Trenton State Dynasty is here. The Titans coming off of a very good season, winning the Conference USA Championship, and we are ready to repeat in Season 3. We open up at Miami here in Week 1. It's a tough matchup. I'll show you the schedule for this season. We play a tough schedule every year. That's kind of part of it. And I do like to play the Florida teams. FSU did not end up making the schedule this time around. As I've said, Florida will be on the schedule every single year. FSU, by the way, wow, super bad in real life this year. But we open up at Miami, bye week, at number 8 Nebraska. Dylan Raiola might still be the quarterback there. And then Florida, and then we start to get into conference play with Sam Houston State, Western Kentucky, UTEP, Liberty, Tulane, at Western Kentucky, by the way, if I didn't specify. The rest are home games before we go on the road to Jacksonville State, host Louisiana Tech, Middle Tennessee State, and then finish at New Mexico State, and then hopefully we're in line for a conference championship. We are a good team comparatively to Conference USA. We've recruited well. We're developing fairly well, and we do already have a commit in the class. He was an insta-commit. I offered him a scholarship, and he said yes. I thought it'd be better in advance to set up the entire board. I don't know if Steve Meeks is good at all, by the way, but here's how things look. I'm not going after a quarterback. There is not a reason to. And the reason that happens to be the case, a couple of factors, right? We look at quarterback, we have Henry Streeter. It's year number 2 for him. He's only got normal dev trait. He's completely maxed out. He is as good as he's ever going to be under these current parameters. We could potentially buy an upgrade that will maybe erase a skill cap or give him some in-game boosts, but this is how good he is right now. And of course, the abilities are pretty good on him as well, but he's as good as he's ever going to be. Our big-time get was Manu Incognito, a freshman with impact dev trait, very similar to Streeter, big-time arm, and incredible speed. And accuracy's okay. However, we didn't have him scouted. He was a late add to the class. Austin Hill ends up having elite dev trait with a rocket arm, unbelievable speed, and no skill caps for accuracy whatsoever. He does have awful carrying. He's not as elusive as he could be right now, but he has otherworldly potential. He's going to wear a red shirt his freshman year, but he could be the starting quarterback next season. That's a legitimate possibility. We just don't need a quarterback. When we have Streeter, Incognito, and now Austin Hill, we don't need to even go after one at all. At running back, currently looking at Jamal Moses going head-to-head against Florida State. Of course, we're going to end up wasting points to some of these players to figure out if we have a chance to get any of them. Going after a top 70 player in Frederick Coates at wide receiver. Very good speed and size and catching ability. I think he's a really, really good player. Tight end, not really a big need for us right now. We have, of course, Tyler Branham, one of the best tight ends in college football right now for us. The 4-star, was a freshman last year, was really good. Our O-line is actually pretty good. Doesn't mean we can't recruit those guys at all. But if you look at the current team, we recruited offensive line pretty well in season number 1. So Kerry Exum is a 79 overall redshirt freshman. At left guard, we have a freshman, Tim Laval, who's a 77. A sophomore, Isaiah Crowder, who's an 81. A junior, and Connor Witzman, who's an 82. At center, it's a little bit worse with Clay Villain, 73 overall. We don't necessarily have to start him. We could move somebody over, but their overalls would not be quite as high. If they had the mental ability that was team player, we could do it easily, but I didn't do it in the offseason, so we are going to start the freshman. Right guard, slightly worse, but Jermaine Houston could even start because he's only a sophomore, 76 overall, 80 speed, by the way, is kind of insane. And then at right tackle, we have a lot of depth. We could start a freshman in Emmanuel Tape, and we probably do because of the mental abilities giving him an edge, but we have a lot of youth all over the place, and I don't really think we need to recruit offensive line all that much right now. We do need to be, big, fast, and physical on the O-line if we ever move to a better conference, like maybe the ACC or the American or even the Big 12 or eventually the SEC. These are options, but I do want to heavily focus on defense. I want to upgrade the pass rush in a big way. We are set at defensive tackle right now, but getting some big pass rushing outside linebackers and defensive ends I think are going to be very smart. We need to upgrade at linebacker, and then, of course, in the secondary. There are a lot of really good corners in this class, including 5-star Chad Loper, but the 4-stars, they're all gems pretty much. They're all very good, and we are going after the #1 player in the nation, a safety, Byron Willingham. He is a gem, and he is very, very good. 96 speed, 83 zone coverage, 90 agility, 92 acceleration. This guy is a freak. We're going to have to go head-to-head against Bama and Clemson, but we're going to try. If we can get him in on a visit and win a big game against a team maybe we're not supposed to beat, I think we're going to be able to go ahead and win that recruitment. And get that commitment. That's what we're going for. On the road at Miami, it is a tough matchup, no question about it. They are rated very, very well in the game, and we struggled against FSU last year. We're a team that has been able to beat Florida, but this is something we have not had the opportunity to do yet, is beat Miami. I think we are 1-1 against the Gators in 2 years. We are 0-1 against FSU, and now 0-0 against Miami. Are we 2-0 against Florida? Why do I not remember? We upset them early. Yeah, I'm right. We're 1-1. I was 90% sure we lost them in year 1, but I'm like, I don't know. I know we beat them pretty early on in the series. It was season 2, so we are 1-1, and we'll see how we play against Miami. Got to look out for A.J. Allen, 90 speed, 81 break tackle, 85 ball carrier vision. They've got Soto in at quarterback. He is a freshman. Is he a true freshman, though? Doesn't, I guess, really particularly matter. He is a true freshman with a bunch of abilities, 93 speed, and a pretty good arm, even if the accuracy's not all the way there yet. But we might have our hands full trying to defend him today. Season 3 officially underway. We'll see how we do. Rain is coming down here in Miami, and I guess I'll introduce you to the starters. We'll take a look at our defense first that we'll see for Season 3. Matt Humphreys in there at left defensive end. You got Jake Keenan, redshirt freshman, in behind him. At right end, it is Quincy Wiggins, big-time transfer. See if he can make a big impact. At defensive tackle, Landon Dean is a transfer. Aaron Bryant's a former transfer. 2 senior defensive tackles. We've got a lot of good depth behind them. Shymeek Jones, another transfer as well. So we've upgraded at defensive tackle. Melvin Jordan's a big-time transfer. Not a ton of speed, and that might limit how effective he can be for us. But we are headlined on defense by the true freshman starter, middle linebacker, Mitch Dora. Really excited about him. He's got very good speed. Hopefully we'll end up developing some physical abilities, but is very good in coverage overall. Can come up and tackle. At right outside linebacker, you guys at this point know about Morgan Merriman. And then at corner, still rocking with Emmanuel Berlin. Jarvarius Sims is a transfer. Malik Moon, Alani Allen, big-time freshman, 81 overall with 90 speed. Juwan Stevens, 80 overall, 91 speed. They were redshirted last year. They're ready for primetime this year, and they might end up being starters sooner rather than later. They're significantly faster than some of the corners ahead of them on the depth chart. Colby McAllister, big-time transfer for us, senior free safety. We have, of course, Tavon Howard and Greg Austin. Austin's a true freshman, might end up getting redshirted. Tavon Howard is a redshirt freshman, and then at safety, Christian Ellis is a transfer junior. And then, of course, you guys remember Michael Roderick and the redshirt freshman, Philip Coleman. That is the defense, but we are headlined by Mitch Dora. Really got to be aware of the speed Miami has a quarterback, and already they're getting him out to the races, off to the races. Colby McAllister is there to make the tackle. That's what we need to do. We're going to have to contain. We're going to have to be really, really aware of that speed. 3rd and 3. Run to the outside, back up the middle. We really played the outside run. That's a really good cutback. We over-pursued there with the true freshman. Dora was exploring the wrong area. That's for sure. Yeah, stopping this running back is going to be a major issue today. We can tell instantly. They're really beating us up on the ground right now. Can't just fully commit to stopping the run, because that's how you can get beat through the air. But we've got to do something, because 2 linebackers in the box has not really been an effective way to stop the running game so far, and that makes total sense. Quarterback keeps it. He's got plenty of space, and if you totally commit to stopping the running back, the QB can take off and beat you. So we've got to figure out a way to stop the Hurricanes here. Looks like a hurricane's coming into town with all this rain. Quarterback under pressure, nearly sacked. It's not. This is like light rain. It's not really a hurricane at all, but it kind of fit with the name for a moment. Anyway, 2nd and 10. They're gonna run, and it's just way too much speed. What are these angles? You're ignoring the running back. All right. Miami's just doing whatever they want right now. This is brutal. Here's a run to the outside. Look at the speed burst and the touchdown for A.J. Allen. That's an insane drive. We don't even look like we belong on the same field. I mean, that much is apparent. I don't know what our offense is going to look like, but we were just thoroughly dominated trying to stop them with our defense. That was really unbelievable. Zach Poole, big time get for us last year in the recruiting cycle. He's going to get a real big opportunity to play this year. I'm excited about him. He's got some good speed. And of course, I'm excited for year 2 of Henry Streeter. He's never going to be better than he is right now, unfortunately. But he is good. He's very fast. He's got a good arm. Accuracy's pretty good. Of course, he will be our starting quarterback. Javius Bond, welcome to the team. He's a transfer running back with 93 speed and 92 agility. We also might see a heavy dose of the true freshman, Joey Boozer. Good speed, very good agility. He should be a fun player. At fullback, you're not going to see a lot of Tyree Lane. And then receivers where things get a little bit interesting. We have Zach Poole and Clay Ivey, both redshirt freshmen with very good speed. You'll remember Alex Higdon and Jeremy Davis. There's a chance that Poole and Ivey end up overtaking at least Jeremy Davis on the depth chart. Speed kills, right? And Higdon and Davis don't have a whole lot of it. Especially Zach Poole is bigger than Jeremy Davis, at least taller, and probably will end up taking that job if I had to bet. You guys, of course, remember Tyler Branham, and we already went over the offensive line. But of the potential battles, Kerry Exum will start at left tackle. Isaiah Crowder is actually going to start at right guard. And we are going to try the freshman Emmanuel Tape at right tackle over the senior Aiden Kramer. Of course, redshirt freshman, not a true freshman. He's been in the program for a year. But those are going to be the guys. And, of course, injuries happen all the time. So we're going to have to be a little bit flexible. I've never seen a Miami crowd like this at Hard Rock. This is an absolute joke. We're under pressure already. Streeter going down, losing 9. Marquise Lightfoot living up to his name. He was into the backfield very quickly. This crowd's already going crazy. Not the start we were looking for. Just going to have to check down there to Tyler Branham, try to get some of that back, maybe make this a slightly more manageable 3rd and long. It's still not good. Let's get Bond out in space. Maybe they don't cover him and we get a free play. They covered him pretty well. Trying to Higdon, and they covered that pretty well. I thought that was going to end up being wide open. I think the idea was pretty good. Just the coverage was really, really good. I don't know how he's able to come back and make this play, other than the fact that maybe it's not the best ball in the world, and Higdon doesn't really accelerate through the ball on that time, on that occasion. But that's okay. A lot of game left. I just fear that if we don't score pretty much every time we touch the ball, we're not going to have too much of a chance against the Hurricanes right now. Quarterback keeps it. We got to contain. Cannot make the tackle. Dora in pursuit. He's not going to catch him. Yep. The U's going to be legit this year. This guy's on. Everyone's on their phone. 2026, man. These kids. I think that's what year it is. Good Lord. Yeah, Miami's pretty good. I mean, we got to be able to make that tackler slow down the quarterback more than that, but Soto's just got great speed. Dora's really fast for a linebacker, but he's a linebacker, and he just could not keep up with the 90-plus speed QB. Soto makes it 14-0. Joey Boozer into the game for the first time. The true freshman will get the football on a little swing screen and do absolutely nothing with it. Miami's going to be a tough nut to crack here. They're going to be a tough challenge for sure. And that is not where that was supposed to go. Tried to throw it to the tight end, which was Zach Edmond coming across, not Branham. And it did not work. A little bit late there. Toughness rank 15 for Miami at Hard Rock. It's ridiculous. Here's 3rd and 16. Stepping up with Streeter. We have a chance to run here. Streeter actually fumbles the football. Maybe. It's recovered by Trenton State. We'll have a chance to punt. I thought he was down. It'll be 4th and 3 from our own 32. We really don't have any choice but to punt. So, a little frustrating. That's a good punt, though. Is that going to be returnable? It's not. It's about best case scenario, but if our defense doesn't start stopping them, we've got no chance to win this game anyway. Shed and make a tackle. All right. There's something. 3rd and 6. I'm not sure that you can say they're forced to throw in this spot with how effective their run game has been, but we are going to pass commit and see if we can stop them. There's just too many players to cover. Mitch Dora, big hit, but a first down for Miami. You just can't cover everything. Can't cover everything there. And this is probably going to be a run again. Probably looking at inside zone. Could be some type of option. It is inside zone, and it's an easy 7 yards. We cannot stop them right now. A.J. Allen's crushed us. Soto at quarterback has crushed us. Not through the air, but he's got such great speed that it's very difficult to stop them. And then try to fill a different lane. Spin move from A.J. Allen. A big first down for Miami. Yeah, that's on me with McAllister trying to predict the cutback when no cutback ended up coming. But if he did cut it back, it's probably a big gain up the middle. This is a real big challenge. Design quarterback run is shut down, though. Quarterback going down finally. Play action. Little bootleg there from the QB. Soto finally wrapped up. I think Matt Humphreys may have got to him first. And on 3rd and 17, I don't want to just, give them a ton of time to throw. Tried to blitz them, but Quentin Soto just is able to get rid of the football really quickly and find an open receiver. Our defense is not ready for this game. I did not have them prepared. Coach Dangus is slacking maybe a little bit. It's very clear that we're not ready for Miami. 2nd and 4, here's a run. Mitch Dora cannot wrap up, but it has help. Matt Humphreys is there. Mitch Dora probably getting credit for at least an assisted tackle there. Here's 3rd and 4. A lot of players in motion. And that's going to be a throw over the middle and a touchdown for Miami. Responsibilities got really jumbled up there when we tried to go ahead and make a change. That could have been disastrous to the other side of the field, but they beat us right up the middle. Touchdown Hurricanes. It's going to be 21-0. We're going to try to run the ball here. Javius Bond is hurt instantly. 1 carry, 1 injury. Not really a trade I'm interested in. Look at the crowd, dude. I know we're down 21-0. Javius Bond just was, obliterated. Look at him in the top right. Did he break all of his ribs? Back spasms for Javius Bond. Well, we'll get a pretty good look at the running back, Joey Boozer. He was a big get for us. We weren't sure that we were going to get him in the class. The big-time freshman could be a big-time player for us or not. He's been very unsuccessful so far. 3rd and 13. We're going to try to figure out something on offense. Just going to check down there to Branham. Zach Poole was maybe open quickly. Didn't get rid of it. And then could not even hit the check down. This has been a brutal start. You know, we wanted tough games on the schedule. You were getting one. I think we're all high and mighty because we win Conference USA last year. This is a rude awakening, for sure. Alani Allen, torched. This could be a touchdown for Miami, and it will be. Did Torrey Horton transfer to Miami, or is this just a random guy? Could be a random guy, I don't know. We pressed. They threw the ball, which they're not typically doing. Isaiah Horton, the senior, just beats press and runs down the field. Alani Allen's got good speed. If he can't catch him, we don't have anyone on the team that can catch him in that spot. And this predominantly Miami crowd, this entirely Miami crowd, maybe is a better way to put it, seeing a good one. It's 28-0. It's been a really bad start for us so far. Streeter on the move. They're just screaming at us. We either need to make much faster decisions or use Streeter's mobility more than we are so far. And that's what we're going to try to do here. There goes Streeter. Finally a positive play for the offense. It's been tough so far. It really has been. Quicker decisions might be a better move for us, but I mean, our O-line is not holding up. They know we need to throw the ball down the field at this point, and they're taking full advantage of it with their pass rush. There goes Streeter. He's able to slide. It'll be 3rd and 1. I think we just try to run for it here, but if we don't call inside zone pre-snap, I was going to think it would be difficult to get this call off. But we're able to hear the adjustment. There goes Cleveland. Cleveland is the 3rd string running back, but is maybe our best receiving back. Russell Cleveland carries for the first down. Good explosiveness. We gotta run the ball more. Should have thrown it there in that spot, though. But the offense, for sure, has been entirely too one-dimensional. And now they are, there's Joey Boozer. Now they're prepared for what we're gonna do. They're containing Henry Streeter a little bit. We gotta figure out something that's just not throwing the ball into nobody every play. 3rd and 3. I think we try to run for it here. It's 4-down territory, down 28. Boozer not going to get it. 4th and inches. We are going to try to run again. And the thing you'll notice this season so far from our backs, way more explosiveness than we had last season. Way more explosiveness. We'll see more Javius Bond as the season goes on. We'll hopefully see a lot of Joey Boozer. But for right now, we're stuck with Russell Cleveland. But a lot more athleticism than we had in the past. Get up the field. Throw on the run. We're going to miss Russ Cleveland. Henry Streeter's usually so good on the run. You almost thought it was a guaranteed touchdown if we were able to space the field out like that. Did not end up happening. And now, I mean, do you play for a field goal here? That's kind of tough. I think we try to line it up. 5 seconds is a little bit dangerous, but we're just going to try to go down. Call a timeout, and then get 3, and then see what happens in the second half. It's not great, but, you know, a kick in the rain is not a gimme either. So we'll see if we can nail this. Kick is up. Has the leg. We are on the board. It's 28-3. This would be an insane comeback. I'm going to say it's probably not in the cards. But we'll see what the second half has in store. Maybe we start the 3rd quarter hot. Force a turnover on defense. Who knows? 3rd quarter, here we go. Zach Poole, the redshirt freshman, is back to return. We need a spark. We need somebody to do something. And time is not on our side. We are down by a lot. It's going to be a really tough game to even get back into, let alone win. So, I'm going to, never say never. Javius Bond back in the game. Maybe that's a game changer for us. We'll see. We have a really, really long way to go. And I think we want Higdon to create space. A little check down. Javius Bond, nice move. He's playing hurt, though. Javius Bond is probably going to be sitting for, I would say, the rest of the game. I can't guarantee that, but for much of the second half at least. Right now, Henry Streeter's got that DJ Uiagalelei stat line. Not what you want. He is like 6 of 13 for 33 yards. It isn't good. It's not good at all. But a lot of game left. Boozer gets the first down. That's all we needed. Well, where we really need 25 points. That's all we need. And then maybe more, because that's assuming they don't score a point for the rest of the game, which I would say is unlikely. There goes Streeter. Got a block as well. No, we don't. Thankfully, Henry Streeter does not fumble. Really expected a block to get picked up there by Russell Cleveland. He didn't get the memo. But the offense is moving a little bit here. That's not good. Pretty big 3rd and 10 here. See if anybody gets open. Streeter up the middle is our best chance. We're going to slide in front of the big hit. That'll bring up 4th and 1. We obviously cannot kick a field goal in this spot. There's simply no way. They have stacked the box against Joey Boozer. We're going to try to get it here on 4th and 1. Up the middle. Boozer fighting for it and got it. The freshman gives us what we need. He now has a severe risk of injury. This Miami team's playing different. It's like that, Miami team with Ray Lewis and all these big thumping killers on defense. And our running backs are getting killed right now. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. Just get rid of it quickly. We don't see very much of him anymore, but that's Matt Sims. Played a pretty big impact in year 1, and he was only a 50 overall then. We've improved the roster a lot since those days. Streeter cannot slide. I'm trying to. I don't want to take these hits. We have a long season, and while I like Manu Incognito, and of course Austin Hill, I don't want to see them this year. I don't. Streeter gonna get sacked. 3rd and 7. Streeter just seems like the best option every time. He's gonna scramble for it. Oh my goodness, he's taking a beating. But this is our best bet right now. This is kind of like watching the UNLV offense. Streeter gets a block, fights his way in, and maybe it's not over yet. That was a long drive to score a touchdown. That was the entire 3rd quarter. We needed a quick score. We didn't get it. It was a lot of this. Dropping back, scrambling, taking hits, and barely getting what we needed. Oh my God, look in the top right. Streeter honestly might not play the 4th quarter. He might not play the 4th quarter. If we get a stop, maybe. But I don't even know if he's going to be good. And I don't want to risk long-term injury either, but it's funny we had the same time of possessions because Miami gets the ball and they score so quickly. Mitch Dora, nice tackle. And we had a really good kickoff as well. Miami starting inside their own 10. And we're frozen? We're too good. We broke the game. All right. They're going to run. We got to get there. Dora again has help. Nice tackle. 3rd and 5. I mean, if we get a stop here, this actually gets somewhat interesting. We're going to press, which is scary, but maybe we can make a play. Quick throw to the flat. We cannot disengage. Good time for a bubble screen. I mean, we have to run commit in this spot. 3rd and 3. That's good defense. Will they go for it, though? It says they're going to punt. We're down 18 with 3 minutes to go, though. That's a particularly tough spot. It's tough to find a way back in the game with that being the case. We maybe even should have gone for 2 in that last touchdown. He's only got 66 carrying. But we will turn to the true freshman, Manu Incognito. He's just as accurate as Streeter, with even more speed, but is a fumble risk. No question. 3 minutes on the clock, the true freshman playing in his first ever game, first ever snap. How will Incognito do? Throwing for the tight end, Branham can't make the catch. Nobody really playing their A game today. That's for sure. Incognito under pressure, down he goes. You'd think with 96 speed we'd be able to get away from a defensive end every once in a while. Nope. 3rd and 20. Sometimes the ball just needs to come out, by the way. 4th and 20. We can't punt, because we lose either way probably, but Ruben Payne is a problem. He's a freak. I think he's draft eligible in 2026. Pretty good player. 4th and 20. We have a step for Davis. Jeremy Davis makes the catch on 4th and forever and brings us down to the opposite 30. That is the 2-minute warning. Maybe, it is over, right? But maybe it's not over. I don't know. Maybe it's not. We could have life. Incognito on the move. Can we throw for Branham? I don't trust it. We're going to run. Incognito, a lot of speed, and he'll slide down at the 7. Throw that quickly. Rifle! Zach Poole cannot make the catch. The ball really didn't get out as quickly as I wanted to. I actually really think that might have been a touchdown. But it feels like it came out a little bit late. We throw that? Nope. 3rd and goal. Incognito on the move, and this has got to be a touchdown. He'll walk in, the true freshman, with his first ever score. Comes real late in the game. He's not exactly excited about it, but we're hopefully going to bring it within 10. We're going to go for 2 here. Here's the 2-point try. Getting on the move, throwing on the run, and finding the receiver, Higdon. It is a 10-point game. We'll try an onside. We'll pretty much need a miracle, but, we're going to go for it. Who do we... Maybe we try to kick it at a guy. See what happens. Ooh, that is not where that was supposed to go. Miami recovers, and that's pretty much going to do it. Not for sure. We do have 3 timeouts, but it's not looking great. McAllister, nice tackle. It can get a little bit scary shooting gaps with safeties, because if you don't make the tackle, you're the last line of defense, and now you're not there anymore. So that can be really, really scary. But if you do make the tackle, it's a big play. So it's high risk, high reward. And I would actually absolutely love Miami to try and throw for it here. Got the deep middle with Dora. They might just still run the ball. It's the smart play, but it doesn't get him anything. And they're out of field goal range. Again, it'd be a monstrous task to have any chance to get back in this game. We would need a touchdown. We'd need an onside kick. And then a field goal would tie it. It's doable when you just say it like that. It's only a couple things we need. But the things we need are hard things to need. They're hard things to get. Rifle down the middle. We're going to find the tight end, Branham. It's a nice catch there from the now sophomore tight end. I'd like to remind you guys the class that these guys are in. Incognito just does not have the speed there. It's unfortunate. I thought we might have had daylight. Could not quite get there. Can we get it out to Branham? He'll make the catch on the sideline. 3rd and 14. We're having a really tough time against their pass rush. We're just getting lit up. Our O-line is not doing the job. We're not slide protecting. It's so late in the game here. Shot down the field. Higdon cannot make the catch. And that will be the game. At the end of the game there was just, we snapped the ball, boom, on the ground instantly. Their pass rush is really, really good, and we felt that a lot today. And our defense really struggled against the speed and the strength of Miami. They don't even score a point in the second half, but they didn't have to, and they really never even tried to. Because think about it. Our first drive of the third quarter took up the whole third quarter. And then they just tried to kill the clock. That was a tough game. That was not as close as the final stat line showed. Quinton Soto goes 7 for 8 for 129 and 2 touchdowns. Pretty good debut for the freshman Quinton Soto. Rushing for them, 20 for 109 for A.J. Allen. Their quarterback averaged 9 yards per carry, also had a touchdown. We'll focus more on our team. Passing, it was a really, really tough game for Henry Streeter. 8 of 15 for 41 yards. Now, it looks better for Incognito, but kind of, the situation was really different. But to average 10 yards more per pass is crazy. 3 of 9 for 104. Their pass rush was just insane. We should have tried to run the ball more early. Kind of fell behind there a little bit because we were okay on the ground. I mean, they wrapped up Joey Boozer, but Javius Bond looked pretty good. We fell behind so early that we really just focused on quarterback runs if we were ever to take off, and of course sacks are being factored in. So the numbers look a little bit worse than they are for the QBs, but they were pretty good overall. Receiving, it was a tough time. A couple of drops for Branham, but were they legit drops? Maybe one of them. Jeremy Davis, 2 for 56, was a really nice play to give us some type of life. And then defensively, we made some tackles, but that was it. Some TFLs at the end of the game. These don't really matter. They don't. We were just pure and utterly outclassed. It's pure and simply is what I want to say. I originally thought this would be a 2-game episode. Don't have the time to make that happen today, but a big game against Nebraska next week. That'll be the next episode. You might even get a twofer in that episode, so stay tuned. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.